Okay, now last week we talked about making connections. That was a strategy we worked on. Okay, can you remind me what it means when I say making connections? What does that mean?
When you're reading something and it reminds you of like something else.
Okay, so there were 3 different kinds of connections we talked about. We talked about text to text. What would that mean?
Like if you read something and you seen it in a different story.
Okay. All right. So if you were reading a story and you had one of those thoughts, oh, that reminds me of something else I read, what would you mark in your text when you had a text-to-text connection?
T-T.
Good. Okay. How about a text-to-self connection? Here, we can leave that alone for now. There's nothing on there. Okay.
Yeah, you can touch it.
All right. No worries. What is a text-to-self connection? What would you mean by that?
Like whenever you're reading something and it like reminds you of something that happened to you.
Okay, very good. Yeah, text to yourself. Okay, so what would you write in your text? We like to code our text to show our thinking. What would you write in your text?
T-S.
Okay, very good. And how about how about a text to world connection? That's our last kind. We don't have those as often, but
like when you're reading something that reminds you of something you've seen on the news.
Okay, or in the real world. Very good. So if it's a text to world connection, what would you code in your text? Very good. All right. So we're going to talk about a different strategy today called questioning, and it helps us read because it helps us, keep track of our thinking. Okay, and it makes sure we're thinking actively. We want to be active readers, right? And helps us make sure that we're understanding as we go along. And that's something that good readers do all the time. You might not even realize you're doing it, but you're always asking questions and trying to find the answers for them. So we're going to practice asking questions with a story about Minecraft. Before we do that, what do you already know about Minecraft? Just tell me a little bit what you know.
It's a video game.
It's a video game. Do you know anything else about it?
You build blocks, I guess.
Okay. All right. Before we read this article, here I'll give you your own copy of it too. Here. Okay. Let's do this back a little bit. Before we read any article or read anything, well, nonfiction, it's really good to have a look at the text features. So the first text feature I noticed, here's the title, and it says, Minecraft Goes to School. Why is the hit video game being played in so many classrooms? That's the title and the subtitle. So it tells us kind of what it's going to be about. Can you read this caption in the photograph?
5th graders at school in Palatine, Illinois, create Minecraft worlds in class.
Okay, so that tells me that we're going to be reading something where they're using Minecraft in school. All right. I also noticed down here a box with words to know. Can you read this definition for me? And you can use yours if you want.
Replicas, exact copies of something often made on a smaller scale.
Okay, so that's one of our vocabulary words here, and I noticed it's over here in bold print, right? So we're going to be seeing that in the article. Do you need a pen? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had one for you there. Have you ever made a replica of anything?
Yeah, a pyramid.
Oh, yeah, you made it. Oh, the Great Pyramid. I do remember that, actually. Go ahead and read the next vocabulary word.
Engaged. Greatly interested in or busy with something.
Okay. Have you ever heard a different, different meaning for engaged?
Nope.
Nope. All right, so here engaged means greatly interested in or busy with something. All right, what is something that you get very engaged in?
Basketball.
In basketball, you get very focused on it when you're playing it. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. Did that. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to be reading through this, and we're going to be practicing our questioning strategy, asking questions. And we're going to use this graphic organizer here, this chart. When you do it by yourself, I'm going to let you type it, but when I practice it to show you, and then we kind of work together, we're going to use paper, and then I'll let you do the computer work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Before I even really start reading, though, even before I read, just the text features I was noticing made me have a question. And it says, why is hit video game being played in so many classrooms? And and that's a question by itself, but that makes me think, well, what can kids learn from playing Minecraft? So that's my first question. I'm going to go ahead and write it down. What can kids learn from Minecraft? Now, okay, question. Now you notice to start it says question here, and then it says answer found in text. So if I find the answer as I'm reading along, I'm going to write my answer in here. But if my question's not answered, I'll put a check mark in this box that says question not answered in text. Sometimes when you read your questions, you'll find the answer in the text. Sometimes, the answer's not there, and if you really want to know, you'll have to maybe do a little more research. But that's something we're going to look at today. All right, so let's read and see if I can find an answer to my questions. All right, 11-year-old Kate Teagarden studied the screen on her laptop. She had just finished using blocks of glass to build a greenhouse on Mars. But to grow crops, Kate needed water, so she grabbed a pickaxe to mine for ice. And so I'm going to I have a question, so I'm going to mark a question mark here. And my question here is, what subject could that activity be for?
Sorry?
That's a good prediction. So let's read ahead. I'm gonna put the question down first. What activity? What a subject rather is this activity for? All right. So let's keep reading. It says, if you're a gamer, you probably figured out that Kate was playing the popular video game Minecraft. But you might be surprised to learn that she wasn't playing at home. She was in school. Her 5th grade class at Fay School in Houston, Texas, was using Minecraft as part of a science lesson on Mars. So very good. Very good. Your prediction was correct there. So I found the answer there in the text. So when I find the answer, I'm going to mark an A on my text, and I'm going to write the answer in my chart. It was a science lesson.
Did you want me to keep going?
Okay, go ahead and you can stop it there.
It might be easier just to help with the exercise.